So welcome back guys. Today we will print patterns using C programming. So in the pattern we have to know about two terms, that is row and another is column. So what is row and what is column? So you must know about row and column. Here you can see a Excel page or worksheet. Here this this is called row. It is numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is called column. It is mentioned as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So in the pattern, we have to know about two terms, that is row and column, because we have to print it according to row and column. Now suppose this is a pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So suppose this is a pattern. This is a pattern. So how can we print it? We can see there are total one number of row, and in each row there are 5 columns, and the numbers are printing from 1 to 5. Okay, suppose this is a pattern. So here we can see that there are 3 row and 5 column, and each row there are 5 columns are printing, and in each column the number is starting from 1 to 5, and the same is printing in each row. Okay, so similarly we have to print this patterns using our C code. So let's write our C code. So first of all, what we have to print, we have to print this 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. We have to print 5 rows. In each row there will be 5 columns, and in each row the number will be start printing from 1 to 5. If number of column increases, then this number will also increase. So let's write the code. So first of all, our header file has include stdio.h. Then our main function. After main, we know we have to initialize our variables. So first of all, initialize row and column. Okay, there will be two variables. First is for row and second is for column. Okay, so now let's take row equal to 5 and column is equal to 5. Let's take row equal to 5 and column equal to 5. Now here we will use a loop. So we know there are 3 types of loop used in C programming. So we have used while loop enough time. So to get familiar with the for loop, now I am using for loop. In for loop, there will be an initialization statement. So let initialize a variable I, and I will be 1. I less than equal to will be row, because we have to move in each row the total number of row, that is 5, which is stored in the row variable. So I will be moved row times. That means 5 times. Now under each row there are 5 columns. Under each row there are 5 columns. So for column, for traversing in the column, we have to take another variable. So let's first of all declare it, and let's take j is equal to 1. J equal to 1, and it will move up to column time, call, and it will increase. Now we will have our variable. We will have our variable that is to be printed. So in we can say that in each column, or you can say in each row, the first number is 1, and it will increment by 1, and it will be printed. So print %d. Now how can I print 1? So for that we can do, we have two methods. First of all, to take a extra variable, or we can see that j is equal to 1. So if we print j, so what will happen here? For j equal to 1, it will print 1, then j will be plus plus, then j will be print, that means it will print 2, and up to column it will print 5. And now we can see that after printing a single row, I mean after first iteration of this loop, a new line is printed. So as our task will be completed, so here we will print a new line. So here we will print a new line, and there will be a return statement. Now save this. Now I am saving this program and now running this code. We can see there is no error in our code, and we have got our desired output. We can also change some things in this code. That is, instead of taking column, as we can see, there are two variables of same name. We can use also this. We can use also this row is equal to 5, j less than equal to row. We know to in order to consume less space, we should initially declare less variables. Okay, so this will our. So again, I am running this code. Now you can see that we have got our desired output. Now we are in our next pattern. The pattern is 1 space 1, then a new line, then again 1 space 1, sorry 2, then new line, then 2 space 1, then new line, then 2 space 2, then new line, and so on. So we can see that in there are 6 rows. In each row there are 2 columns. We consider there are 6 rows, and in each row there are 2 columns. So we can do this program in various method. So let's do this. So we can see that there are 6 rows, and in each row there are 2 numbers printing. So if you see carefully, then in the you can see there are a pair of rows. There are first row and second row is starting with the same number, that is 1. Again, the same next pair of this is starting from 2, and also next from the 3. So we can use this logic to print this program. That is, we have to print 3 rows, and we can also do this like this. You can, for better understanding, see this. This was given there 1 1, then 1 2, then 2 1, then 2 2, then 3 1, then 3 2. Okay, so this was the pattern given there. So you can see that there are six row and 2 column, but if you merge this 2 row, if you merge 2 row, then we have our a single row. Then we have a single row. One, one, and then 1, 2. So we will use this logic here. That is, we are merging 2 row into 1 row. So we can see that we will have only 3 row instead of 6. And in each row there are 2 lines printing, and in each lines there are 2 number of column printing. So this will be our logic of this code. So let's write the program. stdio.h, and
Oh yeah.
then our main function. In the main function, we will take an input, or first of all, before taking the input, we have to declare the variables. So for variable declaration, we have already told you that we will use 2 variables here, row and column. And so let row is equal to 3, because we have 3 number of row, and in each row there are 2 columns printing. Okay, so now taking a for loop will run up to row time, and again a variable for traversing in the column, that is j equal to 1, j less than equal to. Now you can see that in each row, or you can say in each line, there are 2 number of columns printing. So it is in the stored in the variable call. So we use this. Now you can see that this statement will run 2 times. So this is for printing the this part. Now we can, how can we print this part? We can, let's see. First number is 1, second is 1. Okay, so now at this condition, I have also 1 and j have also 1. So what will we print here? Now see the next line, that is 1 and 2. So in the second iteration, j will be 2, but I will remain 1. So that's why we will use I and j. And after that, you can see that there are a new line. So if we print this, then we will have our this desired output. Now see, we have got our desired output. So we can do this program in various methods. Actually, in the patterns, we can have different type of logic, and we can implement it into the code.